Hey church, it's time for our quarterly update. I just want to tell you over the last couple months we continue to see new faces, and whether you've invited somebody or they've heard about Real Life from somewhere else, each life is a responsibility that we have been given as a community of believers to pour into, to love, to encourage toward Christ. And so the fact that He would allow us new faces who seem to be enjoying this community and hopefully growing in this community is such a blessing, and we praise God for that. We've seen people baptized over the last couple months. We've seen people who have had broken relationships restored. God is doing a mighty work through Real Life, and we just want to return to Him with gratitude. So would you make sure that your prayers include thanking God for what He's doing here? One of the things that was huge this fall was our launch of groups. This was something that I was talking to Shaw, our community pastor, about, where I feel like there was less emphasis on groups this year, and yet there was a higher buy-in and more people signed up. And that's just a testimony and a testament to really capturing the hearts of you and you all buying into this sense of community, that it is so important to do life together. And so we had many groups, men's, women's, people meeting at homes. And I just want to say thank you for participating in that. May it not just be a gathering place, but a gathering place for growing closer to God. One of the things that we had is our second round of Faithful, where over 18 people signed up to be part of what God is doing in the initial steps that we want to give you tools to use to disciple others. So we're excited to see what happens in the lives of each one of those people. I got to lead it, and it was great to get to know each person in there and see how God was using that tool to grow them to be disciple makers. Just a couple weekends ago, we had RL Serve, where over 200 people served the needs of people throughout our community, and it was awesome to see how quickly and excitedly each one of you worked. We continue to desire to be a church that impacts our local community, global community, and really serves those outside of our walls. With that, I would say that our finances continue to we're just very grateful for all of your generosity in using your finances here at Real Life to grow God's kingdom. There's going to be a letter that's sent out at the beginning of the year that just thanks you, but there was also, hopefully you saw, the ministry update letter that recaps some things that have happened over the last year as just an encouragement to how God is using your time, your talents, your treasure to expand His kingdom here at Real Life. I know it's a big packet, about 11 pages on a PDF that we emailed out. And I want to encourage you to read through those stories of some of the highlights of this year. In terms of opportunities, I'm sitting here right now in one of our children's ministry rooms, and we're always looking for people to pour into the lives of our precious little ones. I don't know if you ever get to see these kids running around church, but these lives that God has blessed us with. We have a short period of time to speak truth into their lives. And church, the little ones that sit in these chairs need adults that love Jesus, that get to speak into their lives for an hour and 15 minutes each week, to partner then with parents and encourage them to raise their kids in the way of the Lord. And so if you're interested in serving in that way, would you email Tina T. Goodwin at reallife.church to be involved in that. We also have an opportunity coming up real quick with our Christmas Eve services to invite your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends. People are more responsive this time of year to an invitation to church. And so we have services on the 23rd and the 24th. Get those invitations out. Really lovingly pressure those that you know that maybe don't know Christ or have strayed away or haven't gone to church in a while. Lovingly invite them, encourage them, say, I want you to be there. And we're going to present a message. It's not just about Christmas, but it's about the hope that Christmas shows us in who Christ is, what He's done, and how much joy Jesus can bring. Lastly, what you can be praying for, as well as future hopes and dreams. We continue to pray for the paying down completely of debt, because there's some things that are stirring in my mind. We've talked about this before in terms of space for students that allow us to kind of meet with parents and students and middle schoolers and high schoolers in the same space, but in different spaces, so we can talk to parents and equip them while students are being encouraged and discipled and trained. Right now, we're just limited on space. We'd like to expand, but we're only going to expand with pledged money, so we have to pay off our debt first. I also have future dreams and hopes of maybe some intern housing, maybe some opportunities that give us resources that can expand our leadership with the opportunity of providing some houses and internships in the future. Those are all just wild and crazy dreams that are out there, but God can do wild and crazy things. And would you pray with me for our debt to be paid down, for future builds, and for the immediate need? Would you pray with me for those who will be visiting church because it's Christmas, but have no intention of making their lives directed and oriented toward Christ? And would you pray that our Christmas Eve services, that little space that we get would invite hearts, would cultivate a heart in each one of those people to say, I want to know more about this Jesus guy. I want to follow him, and that lives would be changed, both in Christmas time and for eternity. Love you all. Thanks for being part of Real Life, and have a great day.